I've wanted my childhood friend as my wife since I was little. When I grew up, I finally won her heart. But she has autism and refuses to speak to me. Suddenly, comments appeared before my eyes. LOL, she just refuses to talk to the male supporting character. Wait till the male lead shows up, he's a total chatterbox. At first, I didn't believe it until that truth or dare day. Someone dared us to kiss someone of the opposite sex. She closed her eyes and blurted, "Let's pick Gu Xiaoxue." She seems like a good girl on the surface, but behind closed doors, she's wilder than anyone. We've already tried it. Gu Xiaoxue's face turned red, then pale. She spoke up for the first time. "You're lying. You never tried it." I was stunned. I never expected Gu Xiaoxue to actually speak on her own. The readers were dying of laughter. The chatterbox male lead really has his ways. He provoked the autistic female lead into talking. Look at Chen Zhe's eyes, he's staring straight ahead. Serves him right. Who told him to be so unlikable? Zhou Yu looked at me triumphantly. They said Gu Xiaoxue had autism and hated talking. See? Isn't it easy to get her to talk? Chen Ziyi, why could never you get her to speak? I squatted there, feeling like I'd been slapped. A burning wave of shame rushed to my ears. Madame Gu asked me to organize this gathering, to help Gu Xiaoxue interact with people, and be good for her condition. They all knew about my situation with Gu Xiaoxue. The people around us started chattering. Zhou Yu, if you can get her to say another word, everyone here will give you 100. Sure, deal. Zhou Yu smiled brightly at Gu Xiaoxue. Gu Xiaoxue, you're 1.63 meters tall, right? This was a very boring question. Gu Xiaoxue remained silent, not saying a word. But the next second, Zhou Yu burst out laughing. Do you know this formula? It's 1.63 times 0.535. So your clothing size is 87. Gu Xiaoxue understood. Her face flushed as she was forced to speak again. No, Zhou Yu knew what she wanted to say, but he deliberately teased her. No, what isn't enough? Not only that, Gu Xiaoxue's ears turned completely red. Stop it, Zhou Yu laughed uncontrollably. What kind of good girl are you? After holding it in, you just wanted to say stop it? I really can't take it anymore. Why are you so cute? Hey, I won. Pay up, everyone. A bet's a bet. They all pulled out their wallets to watch. The readers kept spamming my screen. Zhou Yu is such a genius. He even knows this golden body ratio formula. I'm actually dying of laughter because of Zhou Yu. How does his brain even work? I clenched my fists, indescribable feelings swirling in my chest. Zhou Yu leaned over the table, his eyes curving as he smiled at her. Hey, you're so pretty. You're literally at god-tier beauty. Even among the top AI do girl groups in today's entertainment circle, no one seems prettier than you. And your voice is so lovely. You really should talk more. Say a few more words. But this time, Gu Xiaoxue refused to speak again. Zhou Yu thought, then leaned in closer to say, your voice is so nice. Go on, say something. After you and Chen Ziyi got together, did you ever see a bedroom? Gu Xiaoxue still hated talking, but surprisingly, she answered his every question. She said, no. I don't lie it, I froze. Zhou Yu burst out laughing. You guys have been together for so long, and you haven't even shared a bedroom yet, Chen Ziyi? And she even said she doesn't lie it. Ha ha ha. Just how much does she hate you normally? She found Gu Xiaoxue more and more interesting, and tried every way to find new topics. By the way, Gu Xiaoxue, is Chen Ziyi no good in bed? I couldn't listen any longer. Amidst everyone's gazes, I suddenly stood up. This is our private matter. I don't think you have the right to pry. Mr. Zhou. Instantly, the joyous atmosphere turned ice cold. Zhou Yu was taken aback, not expecting me to suddenly get angry. Then, he smiled nonchalantly. I was just making a joke. Why are you suddenly getting so fierce? You're not jealous that Gu Xiaoxue is talking to me, are you? Oh, isn't this kind of thing all about ability? Just because you can't do it doesn't mean others can't. Making such a big fuss over nothing. No wonder Gu Xiaoxue doesn't want to talk to you. The readers started spamming the chat too. What the hell? The atmosphere was so good, and he ruined it with a single sentence. Yeah, Gu Xiaoxue finally started talking voluntarily. I bet he's just jealous. Totally understandable. After all, some boring people just have the talent to kill the mood instantly. It was just a joke. Is there any need to make such a big deal out of it? Narrow-minded men are truly terrifying. Relax, Zhou Yu is the male lead. The female lead will unconditionally protect him. I didn't let Joyu throw me off, and said word by word, a joke has to be funny to the person involved. I don't think it's funny at all, and I don't think vulgar jokes can be treated as pranks. What you just said showed no respect for Gu Xiaoxue, nor for me. Please leave. With every word I spoke, Zhou Yu's expression grew a bit uglier. Finally, she lowered her head, looking a bit aggrieved. Gu Xiaoxue, your husband seems to dislike me chatting with you. I guess I won't look for. She spoke again. Before I could say anything else, the next second, Gu Xiaoxue grabbed my hand and subconsciously raised her voice at me. Don't be mean to him. The more you talk, the colder you get. Apologize. My heart suddenly ached. When I was 13 and came to the Xie family, I carefully looked after her for 12 years. This was the first time she spoke a complete sentence to me, yet it was to shield someone she had just met. After all these years, Gu Xiaoxue was still like a child who didn't know her strength. Her grip was so tight, though as a grown man I wouldn't get hurt. It still hurt enough for me to softly say, Gu Xiaoxue, you're hurting me. She paused for a second before letting go belatedly. I told her, as if reasoning with a child. He said something disrespectful to us, so I retorted. But Gu Xiaoxue refused to listen to a word I said. But you made him unhappy. Why do you always make people unhappy? I froze. My father was the Xie family's driver. After my mother passed away, I was brought into the Xie family. Madame Gu was unexpectedly welcoming. She took my hand and said, the doctor says Gu Xiaoxue needs to interact with peers. You must take good care of her. My dad told me to seize this opportunity and get along well with Gu Xiaoxue. So I started taking charge of Gu Xiaoxue's daily life. Madame Gu often praised me for being gentle and attentive. Yet Gu Xiaoxue hated me from the first time we met. She wore a long white dress, standing on the stairs and looking down at me. Her dark eyes were empty, expressionless. She was the prettiest girl I had ever seen. Her lips were lightly pursed, with clean lines like they were drawn with a pencil. She was so quiet and pretty that I stared in a daze. Back then, I didn't know. Later I would hear many phrases from that pretty mouth. Don't enter her room. Don't touch her things. She likes quiet, so no being too loud, and no smiling. Actually, I used to be a cheerful, smiling boy. As my teachers would say, I had hyperactive disorder, never able to stay still for a moment, chatting away excitedly even with a stray dog. I wasn't shy when we first met. Smiling, I offered my favorite Neo Dike box to Gu Xiaoxue. You look so pretty. You'd look even prettier if you smiled more. Hey, this is my favorite thing. I'm giving it to you. But she knocked the Mio Dike box to the ground, smashing it. Word by word, she said, don't smile. People who seem disgusted by autistic patients never consider other people's feelings. When you hate someone, the malice you show is the most blatant and direct. I stood frozen in place back then, too afraid to pick up my things, unable to say a single word. I didn't understand why she disliked me so much. Whenever Gu Xiaoxue acted fiercely toward me, my father would barge into my room at night and slap me right across the face. Why can't you just be obedient? Why can't you be sensible? Why did you make Miss Gu unhappy again? Why can't you talk less and just do your work? It really hurt so much, and I was afraid of pain. I started obeying him, learning to be steady, turning myself into a man of few words, desperate to shrink myself into a speck of air. To take better care of Gu Xiaoxue, I followed her from elementary school to university. Gu Xiaoxue's school bag was always carried by me. The difficult homework problems were marked by me. Her morning medicine was also poured by me every day, handing her the warm water. They all said I was Gu Xiaoxue's dog. Gu Xiaoxue hated talking. One day after school, she walked ahead without waiting for me. I caught up. She had already been cornered by a few boys. Can't you speak? You mute? Do you look down on us? Someone deliberately smashed a bottle of water onto her head. When the mineral water bottle came flying, Gu Xiaoxue closed her eyes, but the pain never came. She slowly opened her eyes to see me blocking in front of her. The whole bottle of mineral water smashed onto my head, producing a muffled sound. My forehead quickly swelled up. When the family servant was wiping my wound, Gu Xiaoxue asked me if it hurt. I shook my head and said it didn't hurt. She nodded after hearing that, thinking I really wasn't in pain, and went upstairs on her own, saying, to say I wasn't heartbroken would be a lie. I once thought her heart was something that couldn't be warmed. But one day, while I was helping Gu Xiaoxue with notes. A classmate next to us grinned at me. Come here, Gu Xiaoxue's little puppy. We are Gu Xiaoxue's friends, so you should serve us too, right? Yeah. Hurry up and do our homework. I didn't want to cause trouble, nor did I want to bring trouble upon Gu Xiaoxue. Just as I was about to stand up, Gu Xiaoxue grabbed my hand. He is not my dog. Don't bully him. I was stunned. That day, I was ridiculously happy. I always thought that perhaps to her, I was becoming a little different. Perhaps if I tried just a bit harder, she would accept me. But then she asked me, why do you always make people unhappy? Suddenly, I felt so tired. A profound sense of helplessness washed over me. The gathering ended on a sour note after all. I thought the matter was over. But unexpectedly, the next day Gu Xiaoxue took Zhouyu home. Gu Xiaoxue brought her into her favorite art studio. They say autistic people have high talent in certain areas. Gu Xiaoxue had an exceptionally high mastery of fine arts. Any random painting of hers could fetch a high price. To be able to go to school alongside Gu Xiaoxue, I gave up Miao Dike, which I was good at, and chose art instead. Every day was trapped in forms and colors. Gu Xiaoxue disliked those without artistic talent, often pointing at my forehead and calling me stupid. Yet Zhouyu didn't lie painting either. He even constantly interrupted Gu Xiaoxue's painting. Your room is so big. I'd love to see a big house with you. You've been painting for so long now. Stop painting. Let me take you out to play. Why won't you look at me? You're not alone. I want to join your world too. The readers were shipping them crazily, loving it. I'm going to be sweetened to death by the gallery male lead. They are just too adorable to ship. Am I the only one insanely jealous right now? Get some ambition, upstairs. But I want in too. This male lead has such a sweet tongue. As expected of a chatterbox male lead, even his endless nagging is so endearing. Gu Xiaoxue hated anyone disturbing her when she painted. In the past, whenever I entered her art studio, gently, to remind her to take her medicine, she would knock it over, her eyes red as she pushed me desperately out the door. You're so annoying. I won't take my medicine, don't want to see you. Yet she claimed she hated me being noisy, while condoning the noisy, rowdy Zhouyu. Gu Xiaoxue didn't lose her temper, just sat beside him, kept comforting her while she painted quietly. Zhouyu yawned when he didn't speak. So boring. I want to go home. Gu Xiaoxue finally came out of her world. Painting is fun. I'll hold your hand and draw, Oko? Zhouyu said no, it's boring. Gu Xiaoxue thought for a moment. Then I won't paint. You don't go home. This was the first time I saw Gu Xiaoxue compromise, clumsily learning to please others. Madame Gu also said, never seen Gu Xiaoxue so gentle with a man. It was time for Gu Xiaoxue's medicine. He reminded me to bring her the medicine. I obediently took the medicine in. Time for medicine. Gu Xiaoxue hates it most, so she hates me for bringing it too. But she doesn't know. I hate feeding her medicine too. It always takes forever. Coaxing, begging, saying all the nice things. When she's upset, she swings and hits. The bowl falls, hot water splashes on my hand. Burns so bad I flinch. She grabs my wrist and twists hard. Red marks take days to fade. She fights like a wild ox. Shoving, my elbow hits the table. Black and blue all over. It's just medicine. But it's killing her. And I always suffer for it. Sure enough, this time was no different. She said coldly, you won't apologize. Then I won't take the medicine. She still remembered yesterday. I pulled out my trump card. If you don't take it, I'll tell Madam. She's still afraid of Madame Gu. She hesitated for a moment. But before I could relax, she exploded. Suddenly shoved my hand away. So hard I almost stumbled. Go away, you're a parasite. I hate you. If you force me again, I'll divorce you. I froze. Who taught you that? She said, Zhouyu, you're my driver's son. Coveting my family's money, a parasite. I can divorce whenever I want. You have no right to order me. This kid is so naive. Right, isn't he just a parasite? Our Zhouyu has so many tricks. Gu Xiaoxue said no medicine. Zhouyu said, next time he forces you, threaten this gold digger with divorce. Then he won't dare. I stared at the scrolling words. My throat felt blocked. He really listens. Whatever Zhouyu says, he learns. I just wanted her to take medicine. Wanted her to get better. Why do I seem like the worst villain? My nose suddenly stung. My eyes got hot. All the buried grievances surged up, choking my chest. 12 years. No matter what I do, I get no credit. Suddenly, I didn't want to be the bad guy. Didn't want to force her. Didn't want to see her hate me. Didn't want to waste my life here. Leave, the thought popped up, and that heavy weight in my chest eased a bit. Seeing I was quiet, Gu Xiaoxue thought the trick worked. Her tone softened a little. Apologize nicely, and I'll take the medicine, no divorce. But I refused, she frowned. Is an apology that hard? I said it is. Maybe if I coaxed her lie before, indulged every whim, was willing to bow and soothe her, today's incident would be forgotten. She'd take her medicine obediently, but my heart felt soaked in ice water, sinking slowly. Tired, really tired. 12 years is long enough. Who can tiptoe to accommodate another forever? I took a deep breath, used all my strength to say, fine, since you want a divorce, let's divorce. But she didn't expect that, froze. What did you say? I repeated. You want a divorce, right? I agree. Gu Xiaoxue was silent, staring blankly at me. Her brain short-circuited. According to what Zhou Yu told her, I should be afraid of her divorcing me. Because divorce means what? I'd lose my cushy life, and everything I've given for 12 years. So I'd keep coaxing and spoiling her, accommodating her, then obediently apologize to Zhou Yu. But sunk costs shouldn't decide big choices. Her mood suddenly turned bad again. Gu Xiaoxue shoved me out the door. Go away, I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to paint. She's always like this, I'm used to it. I know when Gu Xiaoxue has an episode. You can't be tough with her. So I followed her words and stepped back. Softly said, Oh Ku, you paint. I'll come back later. After being pushed out by Gu Xiaoxue, I wandered aimlessly around the villa. I looked at this place I've lived for 12 years, at every plant and tree, remembering when I came to the Xie family at 13. All the moments caring for Gu Xiaoxue, I realized I didn't have much attachment. Unknowingly, I wandered for a long time. I took a shortcut out through the back garden. Suddenly heard faint voices from the pavilion. It was Zhou Yu and Gu Xiaoxue. Gu Xiaoxue asked Zhou Yu, why does Chen Ziyi always control me? Zhou Yu said casually, that's easy. If you really divorce him, he won't act tough. Gu Xiaoxue was silent, then asked, what does divorce mean? Zhou Yu was stunned. You don't even know what divorce means? You got a certificate, legally married. What does that mean? It means you can lie under the same roof openly. That's legal cohabitation. Sleep in the same bed, do married things. It's allowed by law. As your husband, he controls your food, clothes, everything, even limits who you see. All common in a marriage. Divorce means he's completely gone from your life. He can't lie in your house anymore. Can't control you anymore. Won't appear in front of you. You'll be completely free. Gu Xiaoxue had no reaction at first, but at the last sentence, her eyes slowly widened. He won't lie in my house? Zhou Yu said. Of course not. Gu Xiaoxue was silent, then said, I don't want a divorce. Zhou Yu didn't understand why. Don't you hate him? Gu Xiaoxue bit her lip. Because I don't want to not see him. Hearing that, my fingers trembled. My heart stirred a little, but the next second she said, he has to feed me medicine, take care of my daily life. No one else can. I only want him. He has to stay with me forever. Zhou Yu laughed. What's the big deal? I can do that too. But Gu Xiaoxue shook her head. No. Zhou Yu asked, why not? Gu Xiaoxue said, you're different. You're fun, just play with me. He can't do those things, and won't. He's used to those tasks. Only he makes me comfortable. I was stunned. The next second, I laughed bitterly. So in her heart, even the value of being needed is ranked. Zhou Yu is a fun playmate, and I'm just a personal servant. That tiny spark, thinking she might care about me, was doused to ashes by those words. Zhou Yu kept persuading Gu Xiaoxue, but he'll control you forever. Don't you hate him controlling you? Gu Xiaoxue looked at her blankly. What should I do? Zhou Yu smiled. I've seen gold diggers lion before. Greedy for money. He's been mooching off your family since childhood, coveting your family's wealth. How could he really leave? Dealing with gold diggers. I have a way. Just pretend to divorce him once, and he'll behave. He'll beg like a dog to get back together, and never dare control you again. The readers went wild. Wow, Zhou Yu is so smart. Absolutely right. Guys like Chen Ziyi need to be trained, or they think they're the master of the house. I didn't read those malicious comments. Held my breath, waiting for Gu Xiaoxue's answer. She thought seriously for a moment, then listened to Zhou Yu, and said seriously, Oh Ku, I'll try. At that moment, my heart skipped a beat. Well, it's Oh Ku. Chen Ziyi, wasn't this expected? I decided not to listen or care anymore, and quietly went back alone. After that, The two met often. Zhou came daily. Gu Xiaoxue welcomed her warmly each time. She started telling Madame Gu she liked being with Zhou. She said every time Zhou came, she was very happy. These days, she talked a lot more because Zhou didn't have to take care of her, didn't force her to take medicine, and always found ways to cheer her up. Madame Gu was very pleased. The more she saw Zhou, the more satisfied she was. Privately gave her lots of gifts and gradually neglected me. Until one day, Madame Gu called me to her room. She said to me, "Chen Ziyi, you've taken good care of Gu Xiaoxue all these years, but this is the first time I've seen her so special with a man. She's been talking a lot more lately. Actually, I think you might not be right for her. She's better off with Zhou now. With him, she smiles and speaks on her own. Do you understand what I mean?" I understood. She wanted me not to be selfish, not to disturb Gu Xiaoxue and Zhou. Better to leave on my own, not to make things hard for her. I stood up and bowed to her. "Madam, I understand. I will leave Gu Xiaoxue. From now on, I won't bother her anymore." Madame Gu sighed. "I know you've suffered a lot all these years. Don't worry, the Gu family won't treat you badly. If you ever have any trouble, tell me. I'll definitely help you." Once I decided to leave, everything else moved quickly. I only took half a day to pack all my things. Took what was mine, shipped it to my new home. As for the things the Gu family bought me, I sold them all online at high prices. I served Gu Xiaoxue for over a decade. This is my deserved reward. Since Zhou called me a gold digger, I might as well lie up to the name. Can't be insulted for nothing. The day we signed the divorce papers, Gu Xiaoxue was in a strangely bad mood. Madame Gu called Zhou over to keep her company. The whole time, Gu Xiaoxue sat with Zhou. Didn't look at me once. After the divorce, I said my final goodbye to Madame Gu. 15 minutes later, my driver arrived. I was about to get in. Gu Xiaoxue suddenly grabbed my hand from behind. "Where are you going?" I looked at her for a few seconds, then slowly spoke. "Gu Xiaoxue, I won't force you to take medicine anymore, but even without me, don't skip your medicine." After saying my last words, I considered it my final settlement with the Gu family. I let go of her hand, got in the car, and left. After leaving the place that trapped me for 12 years. First, I ate all my favorite foods in the country, especially hot pot and spicy noodles. I actually love spicy food. But Gu Xiaoxue won't touch a single chili. The Gu family's meals were always bland, so I went on a spicy food binge. Then I bought a plane ticket abroad. I want to continue studying no dike. In high school, I posted a 6DO recording of me thinking of a melody in English class. Rushed home after school. From composing to finishing the whole process. Got millions of views. I kept working on this so on and off. Gained some followers too. Some melodic companies asked me to arrange songs. I've made a lot of money with my skills over the years. Living under someone else's roof at the Gu family all these years. I know very well. Financial freedom is the ultimate freedom. The money I saved over the years is enough for me to study Neo Dike abroad. The day after I decided to go abroad, I got a call from Gu Xiaoxue. I hesitated but still answered. Her tone was a bit anxious. "Chen Ziyi, where did I put my brooch?" I said, "In the second drawer on the left in the dressing room. The one matching your red dress is at the back. You stuffed it in there after your last exhibition." The nanny's voice came through. "Miss, I found it. It's here." The nanny asked if Miss found the tie. "Miss, should you thank Mr. Chen?" Gu Xiaoxue stubbornly stayed silent. I called her softly, "Gu Xiaoxue." She still didn't speak, but I knew she was listening. "Let the nanny handle this from now on. If you can't find something, figure it out yourself. I hope you won't call me anymore. Do you understand? I'm not your husband anymore." After saying that, I hung up. The next day, while chatting with a friend, she brought up the Gu family. She said Gu Xiaoxue went crazy yesterday for no reason. Smashed everything in her room. Gu Xiaoxue often throws huge tantrums over nothing. Everyone around her gets caught up in her moods. I suffered a lot because of it too. But now, her emotions and whims have nothing to do with me. My friend and I just laughed it off. Don't tell me about her anymore. Let's talk about something happier. A few days later, I accidentally saw Gu Xiaoxue's social media pot. Gu Xiaoxue never posts anything. I figured Zhou made her do it. In the 6DO, Zhou celebrated Gu Xiaoxue's divorce by throwing a special party. Zhou held Gu Xiaoxue's hand. Their fingers intertwined, inseparable. They were showing off to someone. Zhou leaned close to Gu Xiaoxue's ear and said, "Now that you're divorced, no one's controlling you. Want to watch a fireworks show together tonight? The readers were excited too. You learn something new every day. Learning from the male lead Joyu daily. How is Joyu so smooth with words? Anyone who gets it must have a genius at home. A blockhead like Chen Ze could never come up with that. Speaking of him, I remember. Want to make a bet? When will Chen Ze crawl back begging for a remarriage? Is that even a question? I bet no more than a month. Hasn't the female lead kicked him out before? Didn't he always come crawling back? That simp doesn't need attention. Hasn't the female lead kicked him out before? Didn't he always come crawling back? That simp doesn't need attention. I ignored the readers' comments, but they reminded me. I remembered I left in a hurry and hadn't blocked Gu Xiaoxue yet. Since I decided to leave, I should cut ties completely. So this time, I just blocked her. Deleted everything in one go, and put her out of my mind for good. While packing for my trip abroad, an old online friend contacted me. You haven't updated your videos in a while. Busy lately? I replied, yeah, pretty busy with a divorce. Her name is Sunman. She was my first fan since I started posting, and also my friend. She said my Mio Dike has a lot of soul, and she really likes it. She said during her toughest times, she got through it by listening to my songs. She appreciates me and has helped me a lot. Over the years, she introduced many clients for my compositions. This time, she wrote my recommendation letter for the Mio Dike School abroad. What's her real identity? I never asked, but I sensed she was important. She doesn't say, I don't ask. We just keep our friendship unspoken. After I said that, the typing indicator showed for minutes. You're divorced? I replied. She replied instantly. If you're hurting, tell me. I'll be here as long as you need. I smiled and said it's okay. I'm not that hurt. Plus, I'm going abroad to study. My greatest lop, Mio Dike. I'm really excited now. That night, we talked for hours. From me editing videos under the covers in high school to customs in the foreign country. When I landed in the foreign country, Sunman picked me up herself. I froze for a few seconds when I saw her, though we'd chatted like old friends. This was our first time meeting. To be fair, Sunman is stunning. She has a very mixed race look. Her features are sharp, fierce. Her beauty hits you right away, yet blended with mature charm. One look and you can't look away. A few nearby travelers couldn't help secretly taking photos of her. She came over, bent down, and helped with my luggage. It's crowded out. My driver is waiting for us. The car was a black Rolls-Royce. She said to me, I have a vacant villa in Italy. It's a 10-minute walk from school. If you don't mind, stay there. The hydrangeas need watering. You can take care of them. No rent needed. Just stay there to keep it lively. The offer was tempting. I knew she didn't actually need help with the house. She just wanted to help me, but I didn't want to trouble her, so I politely declined her kindness. Thanks for the offer, but I've troubled you enough. Don't worry, I've already rented a place through an agent. I won't shortchange myself. It's a house I like, she smiled, respecting my choice. She had the driver take me to my rental in Italy. But next day, Sunman moved next door. She raised an eyebrow and smiled, saying what a coincidence. I just realized this is near my office. She knew I missed local food, so she often cooked different dishes for us to SA. She's especially good at making spicy dishes, which suit my taste perfectly. She said cooking is her hobby. At first, I didn't want to bother, but I was too tempted, so it's too much trouble. She looked at me, very gentle. What can I do? I don't mind you troubling me. Life abroad is fulfilling, so full that I had no time to dwell on the past 12 years. I'm living seriously here. There are many like-minded friends, people who understand me. We SA the same interests, often attend concerts together, usually hang out. We throw parties or go camping, watch stars, have bonfire nights. Here, I can laugh freely without restraint. At the bonfire, Sunman suddenly turned her head. The flames made her eyes shine. Chen Ze, you've been smiling lately. She paused, then added softly, with a hint of barely noticeable affection. You look nice when you smile. I couldn't help touching my face. I was indeed smiling. I haven't felt this in a long time. I seem to have found my lost desire to express myself. Here, I rebuilt myself from scratch, becoming a lively, cheerful person. I haven't seen the comments lately. Maybe because those comments saw me from the lead's perspective. I was just a side character in Gu Xiaoxue and Zhou Yu Shideri, but now I'm far away. Even Gu Xiaoxue doesn't know where. I'm starting my own shittery. In my second year here, Sun Man proposed to me. To be honest, the time with Gu Xiaoxue was nowhere near as happy and peaceful as this short year. No worrying about her tantrums. No fear of her losing her temper. Every day, I looked forward to Sun Man knocking on my door. Every day, I wished that this life would last longer, a little more, until now. I finally recognized the new me. Isn't this enough to be called lop? So in my second year abroad, I accepted her proposal. Gu Xiaoxue has been unhappy, no smile for a long time, and she's extremely resistant to taking medicine, even more than when Chen Ziyi was around. Madame Gu asked Zhou Yu to bring friends over for a party to cheer her up. Zhou Yu sat before her, smiling. You've been down, what's wrong? Are you missing me? If you're unhappy, let's go to the amusement park and have a blast. Scream it out on the coaster. But Gu Xiaoxue didn't feel like entertaining him. When she spaces out, she's like a stuck machine. No one can pull her out of her own world. She felt she kind of missed Chen Ziyi, thinking how to get him back. Last time, she followed advice and posted on social media to provoke him. He didn't seem to react. Gu Xiaoxue was unhappy. She desperately wanted an excuse to make Chen Ziyi pay attention to her. She racked her brains, thought all day, finally came up with a reason. Where did you go? If you don't come back, I'll really leave you. She was satisfied. Chen Ziyi would definitely come back after seeing this. The readers didn't understand. Isn't this a sweet romance? Why does the female lead seem uninterested in the male lead today? Zhou Yu is being proactive. Why isn't she reacting? If it were me, my legs would be weak from his flirting. What do you know? The female lead is too innocent. She definitely doesn't get the male lead's dirty talk. Since Gu Xiaoxue kept silent and ignored everyone, the others at the party just chatted among themselves. I heard the precious eldest daughter of the Sun family got engaged today. The media reported it. But looking at the 6DO, her fiancé looks familiar. Wait, is that Chen Ziyi? Gu Xiaoxue froze. The next second, she moved like a machine suddenly activated, snatched the phone instantly. She saw Chen Ziyi standing next to another woman, arm in arm, smiling brightly. Her eyes suddenly started to ache. No, it can't be. It can't be. This must be fake. With trembling hands, she sent the message she'd just typed to Chen Ziyi. It's okay. It's okay. This is all fake. Once he replies, it's fine. Rumors will be debunked. It's always been like this. No matter when, even in the middle of the night. As long as she reached out, even if he was asleep, he would always stay. But she got a red exclamation mark. My wedding with Sun Man was held in the country. Sun Man's parents are here. I also needed to return to pay respects to my family. From choosing the wedding dress to booking the venue, sending invitations, planning the schedule. Everything went smoothly. I didn't expect her to show up. When Gu Xiaoxue burst in, my wedding was already at the final step. I gently kissed Sun Man on the lips. She smiled and hugged me. To Gu Xiaoxue, this scene was blinding, shattered her long-held beliefs. During Chen Zai's absence, everyone told Gu Xiaoxue he was playing hard to get. They said he was like a kite. No matter how far he flew, the string was in her hand. They said Chen Ziyi would eventually fly back because he couldn't lie without her. But today, she saw Chen Ziyi get married with her own eyes to a woman she didn't know. Gu Xiaoxue went crazy. When she divorced him, she just wanted to punish him, make him bow his head. But she never considered another possibility. That Chen Ziyi would build an intimate marital relationship with someone else, meaning he could legally lie with another person. Do everything couples do. He once thought Chen Ziyi belonged only to him. Even if thrown away, he was still his possession. Something no one could take. Something he could pick up. He wanted to. He shouted at Chen Ziyi. Chen Ziyi, come home with me. The guests were drawn by her noise. Madame Gu and Zhou Yu rushed to take her back. She shoved them away. Don't touch me. You're all liars. His voice trembled. You lied. Everyone lied to me. Madame Gu sighed. If you keep making a scene, Chen Ziyi will hate you hearing this. Gu Xiaoxue suddenly fell silent for some reason. Then she stood there, silently watching our wedding end. After guests left, he couldn't wait to come up. Grabbed my hand. Chen Ziyi, come home with me. His voice was soft, like coaxing. I'm not mad at you anymore. Come home. I want you home. I'll take my medicine obediently from now on. I won't make you apologize. Don't be mad anymore. I won't say I don't want you. I need you. Come with me, oh Ku. She gripped my hand, eyes bright. You'll come back, right? I looked at him silently, then took a deep breath and pulled my hand back. But Gu Xiaoxue, I don't want to be your babysitter anymore. I don't want to feed you medicine every day, or deal with your random moods every day. I hate these things, and I hate you. They're right. Zhou Yu is better, and I'm just tired. Gu Xiaoxue's eyes reddened. No! I don't want her. I want you, only you. Sun Man stepped in front, took my hand. Let's go home. I looked at her tenderly, interlaced fingers. Oh Ku. Gu Xiaoxue froze. Home? Where are you going? You can only come home with me, to my home. She stubbornly blocked me, not letting me leave. Where's your home with her? Only where I am is your home, right? Sun Man seemed to have finally had enough. She looked at him coldly, word by word. Chen Ziyi isn't an accessory. He's just himself. Only where he chooses is his home. She turned and left with me, watching our fading figures. At that moment, she suddenly realized. This time, Chen Ziyi really didn't want him. He seemed to be losing Chen Ziyi forever. He started trembling and sobbing uncontrollably, forcing out from his throat. He finally cried out. Chen Ziyi, can you not go? I'm begging you, don't go. But I was already in the car with Sun Man. Everything in the rearview mirror faded. I didn't look back. A month later, I heard Gu Xiaoxue was forced to marry Zhou Yu. The Gu family had business ties with the Sun family. Discussing a project, Sun Man said to Madame Gu, Miss Gu pining after another's husband isn't good. She needs a man to control her. You understand. This project was crucial for the Gu family. Madame Gu had to agree. To speed up the deal, she held a wedding for Zhou Yu and Gu Xiaoxue. On the wedding day, Gu Xiaoxue raged and trashed the whole venue, and hit Zhou Yu's forehead with something. The wedding was a mess. Madame Gu didn't understand her resistance. Didn't you choose this? She stubbornly said. I don't want her. My husband is Chen Ziyi. If I marry someone else, Chen Ziyi will be angry. If Chen Ziyi gets angry, she'll never come back. But it wasn't up to her. The Xia family, they forced the marriage. After marriage, Gu Xiaoxue's temper worsened. She bullied Zhou Yu, refused the medicine he brought, and wouldn't see a room with him. She yelled at him to get out of her room, forbade him from her studio. She sat in the studio, painting Chen Zai's portrait over and over. But one day, she found none of them were smiling. She suddenly realized she rarely saw him smile. She blamed Zhou Yu. He made Chen Ziyi unhappy. Next time he fed her medicine, she knocked over the bowl. The hot medicine splashed all over him. She figured it out. She grabbed Zhou Yu's hand tightly. Come apologize to Chen Ziyi. Then he'll forgive me and come home with me. Zhou Yu wiped the medicine off his face, voice shaking, gritting teeth. What's the use of cherishing? Chen Ziyi is already married to someone else. He's definitely slept with her. In a few years, he might even have kids. Don't you get it? Even if I apologize, she'll never come back. Because she hates you. She hates you. Do you understand? Do you think if it weren't for the Gu family's money, who would put up with or lop you? Wake up. Two who should have loved ended up insulting each other. Zhou Yu couldn't make Gu Xiaoxue laugh. Being her husband was the hardest thing ever. He had to care for her constantly and endure her temper and willfulness. Jokes couldn't solve these troubles, or sweet talk. Readers were helpless. How did the leads end up like this? They look at each other like enemies. I think the male lead isn't fit to be her husband. Being her husband is a tough job. Chen Ziyi is better suited for this. Zhou, you should just make her happy. I've wanted to say this for a while. Why should the second lead suffer this? I couldn't see these arguments anymore, and didn't need to. I was in the bedroom writing my song. Sun Man came and kissed my forehead. It's late. Stop composing. Do it tomorrow. I smiled and hugged her, saying, No, this song is about us. I want to write it with you.